Okay, peace and prosperity guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my post-fast experience. Today is day 14 since I have broken my 40-day juice fast. If you haven't checked out my juice fast videos, I highly recommend to check them out. So yeah, today marks the second week, 14 days since I broke the fast, and I just thought I would give a little update because so many things have happened throughout this 2 weeks, and I've acquired a whole bunch of knowledge and I've been going through a lot. So let me just start off with how I broke the fast. As you saw in the video, I broke it with a mango. Mangoes are my favorite fruit, for sure. If you guys know me personally, then you'll find this quite hard to believe, and that is the fact I was actually following some sort of protocol. You know, kind of contradictory to the way I've always lived my life. Even things like recipes, I never follow any rules or guidelines. I always just kind of do my own thing based on intuition. Often it lands me in crazy situations if you watch my past videos. But you know what, I just kind of do my own thing. I don't know if that's an Aquarian thing or what, but I always just do my own thing, and it seems to work out. And if it doesn't work out, then it wasn't meant to be, and I work my way around that not working out. On my last week of the fast, I came across this guy on YouTube called Shane Sterling, Raw Vegan Rising, I believe his page is. He gives a guideline, a protocol as to how one should break the fast correctly, because like I said in the fast video, fasting is easy. It's coming off the fast that's where the challenges lie. So I've often gone wrong before in the fact that I've broken a fast with my thick, creamy, you know, banana, nuts, dates smoothie, and I learned that this is not the way forward. This is not the way forward. We have to rebuild the gut, and we have to introduce things slowly. So the protocol I was following was, for the first 3 days, only consuming high water content juicy fruits. Now most fruits out there are high water content juicy fruits, so I kind of consumed everything but bananas in a nutshell. So whatever we can get hold of here in the UK, so mango, peaches, melon, watermelon, grapes, cherries, oranges, tangerines, clementines. That's what I was tucking in for 3 days, and wow, I was actually left quite disappointed, guys. Believe it or not, you would think after 40 days that I would have been like just like so overwhelmed with the whole process of eating, but I was actually quite disappointed in the quality of fruit that I was eating. Now, some of the stuff was from the supermarket, I can admit, but remember, everything about me has been purified, so my senses have been heightened a lot. Through the purification, I was able to taste all sorts of strangeness, weirdness, bookiness from the fruits from the supermarket, and I was left very, very, very dissatisfied, guys. I'm afraid to say it, but all the fruit that they got in the supermarkets here in the UK is all fake, man. All the stuff in the packets, you know, the strawberries, all that kind of stuff. I already knew this, if I'm honest, but just coming off the fast and tucking into that stuff, I can confirm is no good, guys. It's no good at all. I was able to taste all sorts of things that is not how the creator intended, in a nutshell. I started going to what's known as boss man shops. They got a nice one down in Eastcote, if you know where that is. It's called Melissa's. Yeah, so for 3 days I was just consuming these juicy fruits, and I believe on the second day I had a bit of a blowout. Yeah, this blowout consisted from me being dissatisfied with, you know, the peaches I was eating, the plums. So yeah, and I kind of went down this rabbit hole of trying to fill myself up and trying to acquire taste, trying to gratify my taste buds, but it just wasn't happening. It just wasn't happening. So I would say, yeah, on the day 2 of breaking fast, that's when I kind of I ate a bit too much, and I was kind of chasing something that was a futile pursuit. I generally on the fast, I was always satisfied. I was drinking enough. I was full when I needed to be. I got what I needed from the juice. I got what I needed from the broth. I got what I needed from the urine. I got what I needed from the ginger tea. Here I was just eating these fruits, and yeah, I was quite dissatisfied. So from day 4 to day 7, oh my god, it was banana time. I was so happy to be reunited with my, well, I was gonna say my favorite fruit, but let's say mango is my favorite fruit, I can confirm. But banana is kind of in its own league, you know. Banana is a complete different substance to mango. I feel like you can't really compare them as fruits. So yeah, if I could live off probably one fruit for the rest of my life, it probably would be banana, although mango is a high contender. So it was time for bananas. So during the fast, I uncovered some truths about using a blender, and that is that the NutriBullet I've been using, it actually oxidizes, because of the air that's trapped in there. It actually oxidizes whatever substance is in there, which is no good. So I came across using a hand blender. So I treated myself to this fancy hand blender, which I couldn't wait to use, and I used it with the bananas. So what I was doing, I also introduced dates as well now, so this, you know, less water content fruit, so banana and dates, which ironically are my 2 favorite things. So yeah, day 4 was epic. I was blending up, say like 4 ripe bananas, a date in there, and just blending it up, guys. Not that much water, because the way that it blends it from the bottom up does it quite good. And wow, a little bit of salt in there as well, and a bit of cinnamon as well. Wow. As you can imagine, it has now been 44 days since I had tasted something creamy, since I've had that texture. I love creamy textures. All the smoothies that I've been making over the years, it's all consisted of mainly bananas, dates, nuts, that kind of thing, and oats as well. So I really missed the creamy textures, and I was so happy to be reunited with them. However, on day 2, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm gonna throw in some organic raw cacao powder. This wasn't on the protocol sheet, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna throw it in there. But guys, I can confirm, again, I went down a rabbit hole on day 2 of overeating. I would say I consumed at least 20 bananas, all in smoothie form, so like putting 4 in at a time. Yeah, I would say, yeah, probably had about 5 smoothies throughout the day, which actually prohibited me from eating any juicy fruits, which is what I needed. I needed the water content. And yeah, I kind of was more full than I've ever been before. And some of you will be like, wow, 20 bananas, that's crazy. But I've been learning a lot about raw veganism, and there's a thing called monomills, which a lot of people do, which just consists of just having one fruit as a meal, but having a lot of it, because it's easily digestible if it's not, you know, just a mixture of all these complex things. So yeah, there's a thing called monomills, and there's actually fruitarians out there that survive off just like one fruit, and you know, that could be bananas. So yeah, 20 bananas to you might sound crazy, but it was divine. But yeah, I did kind of, in the night time, I pushed it a bit. It got to like 10 o'clock, I remember, and I was like, let me just have one more smoothie. And I made it, and I was full, guys. I was full. I was lying on the bed, but I was thinking, man, I'm not gonna get no more taste now till tomorrow. I was just thinking about the smoothie, and I was like, you know what, let me just make one more. And at this point, guys, I've not felt like this for a while, like where I was just so full. I couldn't do nothing but like curl up and listen to an audio about something. I think I was listening to some astrology videos, something like that. I'm gonna make astrology videos coming soon, guys, don't worry about that. I was just curled up, and I couldn't do anything. Like, I was just like kind of like retarded, basically. This really affected my sleep, because you can imagine all that stuff was digesting. Okay, it wasn't the harshest of things to digest, but still it was quite an overload, considering I just done a 40-day juice fast and there was no digestive movement at all. So luckily my digestive system blessed me, and in the morning a lot of stuff came out. I was very grateful for my digestion working smoothly. And yeah, on the third day of the bananas and the dates, I took it a lot slower, and the cacao powder of course I added in there. And guys, what a combination. The bananas, dates, cacao powder, and a little bit of salt. Usually I'm used to, because you know I have a lot of Saturn energy, I don't believe in having a smoothie to be just pure sugar. That's why I like to balance it and offset it with a lot of nuts, you know, just to keep that, you know, you can have the sweetness, yeah, but you can have the nuts, you can have the nutty taste as well, and just combine the two. They work amazing together. So here I was for the first time, you know, having a sugary smoothie, and you know what, it tasted really nice and it felt really good. Also guys, you know, nuts are difficult to digest, but I'll get onto that one in a sec. Okay, moving on to day 7 to day 9, and according to the protocol, I was to introduce now soft fats and salads. So I consider soft fat things like avocados and olives, and of course the salads was just, you know, like I just considered that as to be vegetables. So what did I make? And remember, by this point I was already really satisfied by having this banana smoothie. Like that was like everything for me. I was really just so satisfied of it. Although that day when I overconsumed, I did feel like, okay, I've done the whole creamy texture thing and I've got over it a little bit now. So I was kind of looking forward to the art that I was about to create with the salads. What I done, the first thing I done was in a bowl, so I chopped up red onion, an orange pepper, some tomatoes, courgette, cucumber, some olives, avocado, and dates as well. I chopped up some dates and put that in there for the sweetness, and I put a little drizzle of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of salt and a little bit of black pepper. Give that a nice mix. By the way guys, it was all diced down like really finely and really intricately, you know. I really took my time with it and put my love into it, as all meals that, you know, we consume should be. So just gave that a little mix, and oh wow guys, this salad like was just how beautiful it looked, you know, all of the colors in there, and just tasting it, just all these different things. And the fats, remember, I haven't had any fats now for 47 days I hadn't had any fats in my diet. So tasting the olives and the avocados, you know, so rich and creamy, wow, you know, that offsetting the salad and the red onion and all of this goodness. And I was like, wow, I am so blessed to be eating this salad. And I thought to myself, if you was to give this to someone, they would be like, huh? Like, where's the steak? Like, where's the chips? Where's the chicken? Where's the rice? And I'm like, wow, I am attracted to this. This is more than enough. In fact, it's actually too much, because I'm now thinking all of these individual things are gonna have to be processed through my digestive system, and it's quite a complex task because there's a mixture of so many different things. So I was able to like really have compassion for the digestive system and all the work that it goes through on a day-to-day basis, especially with cooked foods, especially with meat, especially with dairy. All this stuff has to flow through us, guys. It's not cool. But also guys, you can imagine the salad, I kind of went a bit OTT. I think every day. So now I had so many options. I had the salad, so I'd consume this big ass salad with the fats in there, which were really filling me up. But straight afterwards, because like this is kind of how I work, I'm very logical, not so much a feeling person, I more live in the mind. Fortunately has its perks too. And the way I work is like, okay, if I'm having something savory, I want something sweet after. So it was like I was having this salad, and then straight after I would have a banana smoothie, you know. So yeah, I kind of was consuming a lot now, and I was getting used to being full. It's very unfortunate, guys, that what I failed to mention, before I broke fast, I was drinking so much urine. My urine was divine. It looked divine, it tasted divine. Wow, the urine was doing so much for me. But as soon as I broke fast, that all changed. And why did it change? Because I wasn't as hydrated as I was during the fast. I was not consuming no way near as much liquids. I'm gonna say that I was maybe consuming about 5 liters a day, maybe more, maybe less. I'm just throwing that figure out there. That's what came to me. And now, because I was eating the fruits, you know, liquids weren't really doing it for me that much. Obviously, consciously, I was, you know, trying to drink water and stuff, but yeah, I kind of stopped making juices and I stopped drinking broth, so I was just kind of relying on my water content from the fruits I was eating. But as we got more into the journey, I was more consuming the oily substances like bananas, dates. So yeah, I stopped drinking my urine for a while. It really put me off. I was like, okay, this is why people think this is gross. Maybe you heard me talking about the urine a bit, so you thought, you know what, let me try this out. And you probably had a sip or even just looked at it and thought, nah. And I kind of felt that way when I came off the fast. I thought, okay, people probably do think this is a crazy thing, but like I said, if you're loving yourself and treating yourself right, and you're consuming the right amount of goods and taking in a lot of fluids, the urine will be the divine medicine that you need. So here I was consuming the salad, this big bowl. I stopped putting dates in there because I realized I was having so many dates because I was using it for smoothies as well. And I started putting blueberries in there, some raspberries as well. That was really nice. Just kind of experimenting with different things, but all in all, it was the same base of salad. Also, guys, I forgot to say parsley as well. I was chopping up parsley, putting it in there. That was very important. Guys, I knew what was awaiting me, because when I had this salad, this wholesome salad, that I was thinking, wow, this is everything. I was like, oh my God, I still haven't even added nuts yet. Imagine putting some nuts or some seeds in this salad. Like, that is so complete. So from day 10 till today, which is day 14, the all-important majestic nuts and seeds finally got introduced. So from day 10, guys, according to this protocol, I could introduce, you know, all fats, basically all fats, and that included the nuts and the seeds. I did make a video on this big order that I made during the fast, because I thought, you know what, like, nuts has always been a staple part of my diet, and I thought, you know what, let me just do like a bulk order, because, you know, to get stuff cheaper and that. And I ordered just loads of nuts and loads of seeds, like a bit too much if I'm honest, and some dates as well, and some maca powder, some green powder, some cacao powder, desiccated coconut. I done a whole big order, but I made a video on that already, so if it's not out yet, it will be. If it is out, check it out. So what was the first thing I done on day 10, which was actually day 50 now. Day 50 since I consumed any cooked foods now. So day 50 was on Monday, which was day 10 of post-fast. What I done, I soaked some cashew nuts overnight, because I learned all about that we should be soaking the nuts first. So guys, in the cup about like this big, I probably had about that much soaked cashews in there. I believe I threw 2 dates in there. I also threw a bit of cinnamon in there, and I also threw in a bit of Himalayan salt. So blending this all up together, usually to make cashew milk, one would separate the pulp and just be left with the milk. But as I was, you know, free to consume nuts, I blended it all up and I drank it, and wow, of course it was divine. Of course it was divine. But you know, for the amount of nuts that were there, this is how smoothies get dangerous. Like I said this in the nuts video, that the order that I done, that I used to put 40 almonds in my smoothie, just rago, not even soaked. And yeah, you know, I don't eat, you know, like meat and stuff like that, so there are a lot of nutrients and stuff in the nuts, but also for the digestion, it can be quite tricky, you know, consuming that much. So yeah, I found myself drinking this big drink very quickly, and I was like, oh, that's done. Like, you know, I probably would have got more pleasure, probably just like eating the nuts and stuff like that, like eating a nut, having a bit of date, you know. But yeah, I went for the cashew drink, and probably about 3 hours later, because I still had some other soaked ones, I made it again. I believe the same recipe, just like about that much cashew nuts. Again, sorry guys, I don't have any measurements. I will make videos about how I make my smoothies, by the way, and my juices and the veg broth coming soon, guys. So throughout the day, I had probably 3 cups of that cashew milk with the date and the cinnamon and the salt. I also started, you know, nibbling on, you know, an olive and a cashew nut. Yeah, it was a cashew day. Like I said, I already put them to the side. I soaked a lot of them, so it was time to eat them. Also, I believe I had the salad this day. I threw a few seeds in there, some hemp seeds, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds. I actually made a mixture, and pumpkin seeds as well. I made a mixture with like maybe 5 different seeds, and I just mixed it up, and then I was kind of pouring that into the salad, which gave a lovely crunch, lovely texture. However guys, I woke up on day 11 post-fast, and guys, I felt really heavy, man. I felt really heavy. I hadn't felt like this way for a long time. It reminded me of, you know, most of my life, where not waking up with that, you know, that spring in your step and being ready for the day, you know. I woke up and I was like, I just wanted to stay in bed, man. I wanted to stay in bed, and I was kind of like, all I was thinking about when I woke up was, man, making a smoothie with some nuts in there, you know. So I was a bit possessed, I was moving a bit possessed, and what did I make? I made a nice banana smoothie. So I also ordered some vanilla powder, so I made like 4 bananas, I think 2 dates in this, because I had to make it a bit sweeter, because I was adding, you know, the hemp seeds. I put like a few spoonfuls of hemp seeds in there, and I put the vanilla powder, a little bit of water, and whoa, the taste was mad. The taste was mad. I was like, wow, 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 wow. As soon as I finished it, I went and made another one. So I'm talking about maybe 4 like level spoonfuls of hemp seeds, which, to be honest, I felt like I couldn't even taste them. They were just in the smoothie. It took a bit of the edge of the sweetness off compared to the other smoothies I had before. But after I had these 2 smoothies, yo, I had to just sit back for a minute. For a minute, I had to take, you know, sit down, and I was like, wow, okay, yeah, I'm heavy now. I'm heavy. This was on Tuesday now, so it's Friday today. And there's a gym class that I wanted to go to, a circuit class, because the week before, when I was on the fruits, I forgot to say that I went to 2 circuit classes on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and it was, like I said, I haven't been physically exercising. So when I was in there, I was good at certain things, but for some reason, like, I couldn't really, like, when we're doing like jogging on the spot, I couldn't really like move my legs up that high. It was quite strange. So when I've gone to go back this week, on Tuesday, yo, I was on my way. As soon as I left the house, I left and I was like, oh my days, like, I want to go back. Like, my body was just so heavy from all the nuts and stuff like that. And I just had these 2 hemp seed smoothies. I was like, my body was just like, just wanted to just go back and just chill on the sofa. But then I thought to myself, bro, like, yeah, okay, that is listening to your body. That's what your body wants right now. But I was well aware that if I was to go back, that I would just continue eating.